Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Oh wait, that's right, it's on the moon. Yeah, there we go. But I mean, they nerfed everything in the ground. Well, I don't know, I say that, but I want to say, Taken King, they bumped shotguns. Or no, they nerfed shotguns. Because they were ridiculous in the summer of year one. Yeah, they were ridiculous. I mean, that was when the Mapador was born. The Fellwinter Lie archetype ruled supreme. So they were reined in, but still effective. And what auto rifles got, it was the high rate of fire auto rifles that were really doing good during the Taken King. And scout rifles were finally being used because hand cannons were no longer scout rifles anymore because of their range was reined in, and also affected
the Taken King is
the
dead.
perks people were looking for.
His armies writhe and claw at our
and everything
worlds.
had to be
Even as you
rifle
led
barrel.
the assault on the Dreadnought, a powerful Taken war beast fled for the safety
Again.
of the shrine to Oryx. The would-be Prince Malak worked to perfect a dark sorcery.
I keep just circling right back
must
to it.
be
It seemed
destroyed.
like, yeah, there's options, but no, not really. All the other options you're going to choose are going to be mediocre to no good. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, wow, that's trash. Hold on. What is this? Yeah. Yeah. I don't even have any help in here. This is going to be so fun. Alright, sounds all taken. Ah, sweet. That'll work. I don't know, I'm beating a dead horse, but I can't express my aggravation with some of the complaints that individuals with microphones, very loud voices, seem to get heard. They were part of the group that got heard with about reforging of weapons. Like, I'm sorry. If I get a crap drop, I'm not going to be happy about it. If I get a good drop, I'm going to enjoy it. I don't understand the argument. I never understood the argument that being able to customize your weapon took the joy out of getting a good roll drop. Like, what? How does that even make sense to you? And then these same people, I just, I got you. It's like you have all those options and all those control, and we take it all away. That's bad. That's just horrible. It's just like, I don't know. To me, it's confusing. It's like, on the one hand, all right, you don't want the choice to be able to choose to change your fate. You know, you finally got a matador to drop. Well, now you can change that matador. But, you know, it doesn't have rangefinder and rifled barrel. You can make that happen. But hey, now that I can do that, I don't have to grind for 80 hours to get a gun. I'm not really playing this game for a gun. I'm playing this game for fun. And like, the grind for weapons isn't really fun. It was more fun to grind for rolls, actually. And you kind of had control of it. And there was a barrier there. It required materials and glimmer. Where I was going with this. I really feel like them removing RNG out of the game is a good thing. Is a good thing. RNG is a problem in this game, in this franchise, I guess, or at least in this game, and hopefully not in the next one. For reasons like that, I mean, it's like, yeah, the very first Imago loop I got was pretty much what I was wanting, because I never really used explosive rounds with the Fatebringer. When I used it, I used Firefly, and I think whatever the ammo increase was at the time, that they ended up nerfing that too. And like, pretty much every Imago loop I've had since, except for one that had luck in the chamber, I don't know if I got it anymore or not, was garbage. And I've had like at least 50. It's just like, you can make arguments for both sides. I just feel like the grind for a specific roll on a weapon is so time consuming and so long game and so small a group of people willing to invest into that.
Warlock crawled through the wall of our world to reach these caverns.
I think she's just being deliberately creepy now.
I can understand the desire for something deeper, but I think the game can be more rewarding as a whole if it didn't rely so much on RNG. Hello, I see you, Ghost. I don't think a predictable path means you stop playing the game. I think it means you get prepared and you can just help people. The raids, do what you want to do. I mean, in the end, that's most people get to a point where they don't even play story missions anymore or run strikes. They're either running Crucible or running the raid. They just want to do what they want to do. Once you get through the content, if you even want to bother with it, those are the options that I think matter more than having to grind for a specific role set that everybody's going to be gunning for, which which is ultimately the same gun. One roll, or maybe two, possibly three variations. It doesn't seem to be an argument worth having. I've thought about making a YouTube video about it and just going on a big rant. Obviously, I've been thinking about it.
I can sense the blight.
But one, I don't want to. I really don't want to point fingers.
How can she
But
see
it does
this
just kind of burn me up that hearing the same complaints
than I ever did with my own eyes
for things that aren't really broken. I mean, I don't know. I'm also getting kind of jaded with people just complaining about the game before it's even out. It's like there's even that's bugging me. It's like I was bummed that I didn't get, to bring over pretty much nothing but the face and sex of the characters I've created in this game. I was bummed, but I got over it. Still not happy about the dances. Because I'm quite sure some of them will most certainly make a return. And there better be some kind of discount now that I mention it. Otherwise, there'd be salt. There'd be major salt. Not from me, because I'm not spending money on them anymore. But there will be salty feelings.
Beware, Guardian. The blight will drain your strength, your speed. Do not let Warlock dominate this shrine.
I completely lost what I was talking about now. That had something to do with the RNG of things. This is just a good game. I don't know. It just seems like certain individuals want this game to be something else other than what it is since the beginning. And this is not WoW. It's not supposed to be WoW. It's okay to take from other things of inspiration from WoW and Borderlands. It doesn't have to be Borderlands. It doesn't have to be WoW. It just has to be fun. Grinding for a specific gun only to get it and then just dismantle it because A, it didn't have the correct roll. Or you didn't have room in your vault for infusion fuel. Better focus on the game. I'm gonna get whooped here. I really want that sword. Go, go, go. You're not getting away from me, sir. Special. Need special. into the light. Step into the light. My son. My son. I missed. I missed too. Wait a minute, I have a rocket launcher. Oh, that's bad. That's bad, isn't it? I got you, bud.
Again and again, we have held back the darkness, though the gods and princes of the Hive hunger for our light. This is our charge, Guardian. This is our fight.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. Ultimately, I expect Destiny 2 to be more Destiny. There's gonna be a grind for something. There could be a lot of meaningless quest lines like this, running me all over the place doing public events and variations on that. I'm sure I'll be super happy and excited to do it, because it'll be different. It'll be something other than what I've done in this game. Probably won't be that much different. The roll thing just triggers me, because it's all goes back to me being still upset that they took reforging out of weapons. It was like crafting. You can, it's like I expected them with the Rise of Iron to bring it back, and while I was hoping, wasn't expecting, I was hoping for it to come back and have reforging on armor, reforging in weapons, and being able to just, like a celebration, it's like, here, just, you can have it all. And that was the hive mind was kind of thinking like, yeah, all the raids are going to come back, which they did. All the weapons were going to come back, which they did, except for one. And Skolas. Can't forget Skolas getting shanked. There we go.
Take your prize, Guardian. Use it well.
There we go. Yes. Yes, sir. I will gladly take you. Alright.
You must go on, Warlock. I suppose you should check if it's loaded until
Oh
next
yeah,
time.
come on. Give me that loot. What? Oh, that probably was off of him. Yeah, there's no sense in even bothering with this stuff.
hope you have something of interest.
I'm interested to see what Bungie's gonna bring. For them to go to that level, to
Are you here for
remove
violence?
the randomness to the weapons is a statement.
Ah, you.
And a very clear statement that that was a problem. Which it was a problem. Having to
All right.
cater
Something for me to look at.
to PvP issues and crybabies. I mean, some of the cries were rightfully so, but some of them were just really squeaky wheels with megaphones.
Tower reporting bounty closed on Winter's Servitor.
Now everything's nerfed into the ground. No one's using the thorn. I wonder why. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? How am I doing? You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna go to the tower. And I'm gonna spend some time on this puppy right here. Yep, yep. We're gonna get this one leveled up here. Seems like I got everything I need. I just need motes. Or I mean, telemetry. With weapons being specifically weapons, hopefully they'll be more tailored to being useful. Although they're just totally going to be garbage guns. And there's always going to be a hierarchy or performance. That's just unavoidable. It's the nature of the beast unless you make everything the same.
We've seen this before.
That's the argument about having nothing to grind for us. That it just seems to be like you're making an argument for being overly rewarded,
Thousands of years
or no, you're making an argument for lack of rewarding gameplay. Basically, it's like you want to be punished. Some dude. Sorry, I gotta get telemetry. I'm on a mission. And I don't want to be punished. I mean, I've been punished enough. And year one was rough. Year two, in my opinion, was worse. Getting to 320, I mean, it was meaningless. I was like 318, I think, by Christmas. But I got stuck at 318 to 319, like through most of winter. It still drove me crazy because I was so OCD. I wanted to get everything, you know, I wanted to have all the exotics. So I wanted to have all the shiny things and have everything in my loadout be at maximum light. So like even like getting a ghost, oh man, it's just so much stuff. It was just a pain to get. It was something to get. And I get it. That's the argument, you know, have something to chase, have something to keep you to play. But it's like, that's months and months of like dedicated, hardcore grinding in year two. I mean, I put in time. I can't express how much time I put into the game. Running the raids, and I didn't even really like King's Fall that much, but I ran it. I mean, you had to run it. That was the only way we were getting up there. Until the April update, and that's when they released, you know, the floodgates, and everybody started crying. Well, sorry, the squeaky wheels started crying. The game's too easy. It's more rewarding. I enjoyed running strikes again. I enjoyed playing the game again. Wasn't stuck having to go group up and run the raid and go through that rigmarole again in order to get disappointed again. Because, man, I mean, I've had some of the best times I've had in Destiny were with raid parties. But equally, some of the worst times I've had in raids was in King's Fall. Specifically, that raid, man, things didn't go well. They did not go well. And it just amplified everything else that was bad, like the one guy that wants to eat into the microphone, or the other guy that wants to play the music he's feeling like playing that nobody else really wants to hear. And I can go on. I think I'm about half deaf in my left ear from just people with faulty mics and lack of courtesy. After the April update, it was a welcome to break from raiding to the point where I barely even ran Wrath of the Machine. That was just too nice not to just take advantage of being able to hit 400 light without having to really raid. I like that. I like the option. I thought it was cool. I thought it was acknowledging people's time and desire and how to play the content. Do that yet. Those are the options that I enjoyed and still enjoy in the game. Like these characters in their alts, I'm not running them through the raids.
To root out the Taken on Venus has led us to some dark
time's kind of passed with this
None
game.
are darker than the
And my
heart
main
of
account,
Venus.
I mean, I've got the
If my
emblem
information's
and
correct,
everything. And
the blight
I've
now
practically
curls
got every
around the
bubble
heart
in the
of
book
Destiny.
filled.
This must not stand.
I'm doing this. Originally, I was doing this to build up a stream account, which I've decided after Bungie announced that there were
The
emblems
assault
from
on the
Year
House of
1,
Wolves
or
gave us
Year 1
detailed
from Destiny
information
1
about the
coming
Citadel
to
Spire.
Destiny 2.
By all indications,
I
the
can't.
heart of the
I
blight
can't
is there, at the top of the tower. Good luck,
main
Guardian.
another
May
account.
your path through the darkness lead you to the light.
But I will have these. You know, I can always change my mind. And I'll have these characters I can use. It'll be interesting to see. I will play with it. I will see what starting a character from scratch, completely from scratch, in Destiny 2 is like. I think there's more things to be concerned about going into a new game than the loot. Is it? I don't know. It was all the arguments I'd seen and heard. It just seemed to kind of push it towards this. The game wasn't punishing enough, or it doesn't sound like it's going to be. It's punishing enough, and that this current game isn't punishing enough. At least for me, I reached a point I knew what I was gonna play for and try to get, and just not bother with as far as weapons and weapon rolls. Like a Mongo loops, I'm pretty much done with hand cannons for the most part. I might pick up a palindrome from the vendor, but meh. Don't really care. I've kind of got hand cannons taken care of. And that's in a game that has all the you know, this box full of perks to pull from for each weapon. That's just that the argument doesn't really hold water to me, because it's still going to happen. You're still going to run out of things to do. And an argument for reforging would have been better. Where is this pulling me to? In my opinion. Reforging was the closest Destiny got to real crafting. Well, not real crafting, but there we go. Being able to craft your weapon set and load out. I missed that.
The roots of the Citadel go deep into the heart of the planet.
Then I was at a time during the House of Wolves, I still didn't really grasp a lot of what all the perk options I had, and were optimal. Can I get up there? Can I get that heavy that just dropped? Yes, I can. That's another mission that pops out of the quest lines. Surprise, surprise. It's another House of Wolves quest. Or mission. Just remixed. Hey, I just do this. as such. You are. Say again, good on them for having the courage to do it. Makes me feel even more that, alright, they've got an idea of what the task is. Benefit of the doubt. Oh man. It's going to be implemented well. About the kinetic and energy and power being added in and removing primary, special, and heavy with our loadouts. I was initially worried about that. It just seemed redundant. For the having basically what seemed to be two primaries slots, and then what was special and heavy being just reduced to one slot.
Can we go back to that? I prefer them to the Taken any day.
Giving them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I haven't played it. People that haven't played it say it works, that it's free. Which in a way, I mean, I could see that. There's been times in this game I thought it would be nice to have a hand cannon and a sidearm, or a pulse rifle and a scout rifle. Oh no, yeah, I guess not a hand cannon, but you know what I mean. Hand cannon and sidearm. Always one. I'm stuck in my loadout.
They were trying to knock us off that platform. Oh, the Taken really are insufferable.
I'm trying to remember, are these different? Or the same? I think these are different. Wait, is there a ghost up here? I don't remember. Pretty sure there was a ghost somewhere around here. It was on that end. Stand right there. That'll work. So, yeah. Okay, that's triggering. leveling a lot faster. Much experience from this. Oh man, that's completely wasted. And I'm gonna super longer. Pop it. Where are you running to? I'm just gonna run. So I just realized that the heavy I got is not gonna help me for much more than just light.
You sent Oryx screaming back to the Ascendant Realm, and still his echoes stain our system. That is why you are here, Guardian. Only you are strong enough to stand against the terrors in the night.
See a ghost. Yeah, I'm just willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. And that without that large pool of perks, which 90% of them were garbage anyway, will be more focused weapons. And hopefully less broken weapons and weapon archetypes. But I can cry for reforging, pour one out for my reforging homies. And that ship sailed. I was in the minority. I realized that a long time ago. It just still bothers me. Still salts me up. Not like I used to. But it still aggravates me. Whenever people want to point at it as some failure. House of Wolves, I felt like was a really good DLC. It's just, it seemed like because it didn't have a raid, people had to get butthurt about it. I thought it was a great DLC. I thought it was a great time in Destiny. I was very happy. Much more than I was during Taken King. Well, I say that, but until the April update. The April update patched a lot of things out for me. Kind of made me feel a lot better about the game. Really looking forward to the beta and getting just a taste of what's to come. And I'm curious to see if they give us the option for changing loadouts. I'm gonna go with the boots because I don't have legendary boots.
We must stand ready for when it awakens to the present. Venus will,
and those boots are higher. I'd rather have a legendary set.
We must stand ready for when it awakens to the present. The vault is even deeper.
What can I do for you, Warlock?
I have.
But who is
That's where I get the conspiracy theory.
Today's priority.
No.
Reports of orcs.
Here's another one of the missions through the quest. I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining about the Taken King too much. I mean, there was a few missions that have popped up through the Taken War quest. Discovering reusing content. Yeah, I guess I need to apologize, you know, if I offend any, because I'm not really pointing a finger. It very much came off as that, but I just get real defensive about certain periods during the game that I feel like I was the one voice that wasn't heard. But you know, in those days I wasn't really speaking out. I wasn't really, you know, I wasn't streaming. I wasn't making YouTube content. I wasn't you know, at the head of a large community, people will listen to you. I had a group of friends that would get tired of hearing me complain. I just feel like there's a lot of it seems like there's been a lot of complaining about the sequel before it's really been out. There was complaints about weapons and gear not coming over. The only complaint I would hold would be the emotes. The dances. It just... Alright, the emblems and stuff, I can kind of see that they've shown us how different they are and their effect. I mean, okay, I can get it. You don't want to go through, what, like a couple hundred, or whatever emblems and do updated versions of them or whatever. Why bother? Even though some of them are cosmetic and unique in certain periods. Never mind. I digress. But the dances. There's dancing in Destiny. It doesn't seem like how you emote has really changed. I just hope that when dances that were in or are in Destiny 1 that make it into Destiny 2, that there will be some acknowledgement or a discount or something for those that put in money for those items. I mean, it was just, and that's actual money being put into cosmetic items. And the general knee-jerk reaction was, you should have known better, but now clean slating it like that, and then I just know in my gut they're gonna bring some dances back, and just depending on how they handle that, it's gonna be interesting to see. But I mean, I know people that, well, straight up refused to buy any of it, and some that have refused to buy any more. And that is a breaking of customer confidence, which isn't really good business. I'm just really looking forward to playing more Destiny. After all, I put in a lot of time playing this game and talking about this game and thinking about this game. Being able to play its sequel pretty soon is pretty exciting. Seems like, I don't know, it seems to me that there's some interesting changes coming with it that'll make it fun again. This game currently is kind of stale. I mean, I've started what, 4, actually 5 characters from alternate accounts I've got, just to kind of fill in the time. I played most of the titles available to me that I'm gonna play, and this is my go-to. This is my home, right, for the last 3 years. That I can always come back to and just play. I enjoy Destiny a lot. I enjoy the universe a lot, and the lore. I find it really fascinating. This game is like, it's like a version of Star Wars. You know, you have fantasy, science fiction, magic, and wizards, warlocks. Jedis, wielders of the Force. Scratches all the itches.